Looking back into my old school days, I remember I had no clue what I wanted to do when I graduated. In those days, the choices were not that numerous. Today, the options are far greater, but the questions loom even larger for students, especially when they see it's very difficult to enroll in post-secondary education and they see how unfriendly the job market has become. It was never easy for me, but I certainly made a lot of poor and expensive decisions. However, in the long run, I managed to find positions that others would love to emulate. They might even be surprised at how I got there. I spent several years as a sports writer in the National Hockey League, rubbing shoulders with some of the game's greatest players. And I've worked on over 100 books for some well-known authors. I ran a junior football team, conference, and sat on the league administration, but none of that happened overnight. We all know when it comes to transitioning to the workplace, people need to be accountable, respectful, and prepared. There's no doubt that there are some areas of interest that could potentially be careers, such as makeup, fashion, sports, music. But instead of looking at these industries at face value, there are many side doors that probably students haven't thought of. It's also not usually possible to step into these careers right at the get-go. While I want to motivate the students to follow their dreams, it won't be all sugar-coated. There are some issues plaguing the workplace that they need to be aware of, particularly with regards to literacy, using text talk, and not paying attention to detail when it comes to communicating. These are things that stop them from progressing, and they are also areas that they can improve on. They may have to work other positions while developing what they need to get into the door. I can show them how to use non-paying gigs to launch their career. I've already been talking in schools, discussing a variety of topics with regards to literacy and sports. Because my background is unique, I really believe I can connect with the students and help them develop their map for the future. I'd like to talk to you students about following their aspirations and not just looking at the obvious, because that may not even necessarily get them where they want to be. I also understand their language, and in the sense that I use some of the same platforms they use. And here also I can show them how to use those platforms to their advantage as well.